Guys, I am super pleased with the results. I worked all day yesterday. I kind of slaved away at it. I got a lot of it done. I still got quite a bit more to do just for the hood part, and then we need to do the side parts as well. But so far, it's actually been going really well welding. Obviously, my welds are still garbage, but got all this tacked up. That's probably all I'm gonna do for there. Obviously, this had to be 2 different pieces. You saw that in the previous video. Got that all tacked up from the bottom, so it's a little bit less bumpy here for when I have to body work that. Here, so what I did here is these square tubing is what's going to be reinforcing this. I have the tubing going from here, and then I'm going to have 2 more that's going to go right here and right here. There's a little bit of overhang all around, and that's just so I can get a little bit more penetration on this. I'm going to have to weld. You can see I only welded on the outsides of the support tubing, or the square tubing. So I'm going to go ahead, weld a little bit more on the outside, weld on the inside, and weld up this a little bit more, just make it a little bit stronger. And then after we do that, I'm going to put those 2 stringers in there like I said. Then it should be all structurally sound. Gonna go ahead, grind away all this, make it all flat, because you can see here where it's hanging over a little bit. This square tubing, right where the edge is actually where the same edges as this hood line. And then obviously I'm gonna have to grind this back. I'm gonna do that once I get it welded on the other side from behind. I'm gonna go ahead and lift this hood up first thing and start welding from the back side, and then we're gonna put those 2 stringers in like I was talking about. Alrighty, so I just got that all tack welded up. I put like about twice as many as I had originally planned. I figured might as well just do it as much as I did it on the hood too. Obviously, I'm not going to weld all the way around. A lot of people had contacted me about the first video of me welding and had given me some tips, and so this is just this is gonna be good enough. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna pop the hood. We're gonna do it all on the inside, the same exact thing, and we're gonna make a couple of passes not to overheat the metal, and then after that we'll make those 2 stringers, weld those in, do the same thing, and then we'll be able to start on those sides and get this thing really looking like a true long nose. Alrighty, so I just finished up both sides, and I didn't finish up the front yet because I don't really know where I'm going to place the stringers, and I didn't want to have weld kind of interfering with the placement on those. So I'm going to go ahead and make those now out of the square tubing that I have. Place those in there, weld them up, and then I'll be able to finish up that hood, grind it down, and then we'll be able to move on to the sides. These are looking just about right. Obviously I'm gonna have to fill some gaps there, but and then here you can see it's obviously not straight, so I'm gonna have to use that clamp and the other one I have, and just clamp this down while I weld it, and then it should be good after we get all this tacked up. Again, all along here needs to be tacked up. I only did a little bit here because I didn't want to have any weld interfering with this one. So we're gonna go ahead, finish this all up, and then we'll be able to grind all this down, get that flush. Alrighty, so I just finished up the long nose portion of the hood, and now I'm gonna have to do a bunch of grinding, kind of get the spacing right for the gap between the hood and the fender, and stuff like that. It turned out all right. Those stringers kind of messed up the hood a little bit. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more bondoing than I had originally planned. But it was really straight, and then I kind of did this, and I don't know. Anyways, it'll work out. But right now we gotta grind down these sides so we can start on the side portion of the long nose. So a little update, I grinded all the way around the edges. Definitely a little rough. I just used the grinder. Obviously I could use the sander in a little bit. I'm definitely gonna have to raise the hood and get to this little fuster cluck on both sides, just so I can get these gaps correct. But if you look down here, this is like almost perfect. Obviously this still needs to be grinded down, but after that's grinded down, this is definitely gonna be pretty damn good. And this whole edge here is all grinded down. Tack weld's holding up pretty well, and I don't think we'll have any issues. It's definitely going a lot smoother than I had originally planned. I thought that this was going to be the longest part of this entire build. That's kind of why I'm trying to tackle this first. I'm really pretty pleased with the results so far and my progress. I really didn't, you know, because of my skills that I'm lacking, I would have thought that it would have taken longer, but obviously I'm not doing too bad. I'm gonna go ahead, tackle this, and then we'll probably be able to start doing the sides. Alrighty, so you can see here, it is a little close here. I might grind that down a little bit. For the most part, this is like super on point with the rest of this. So I think I found out that for the most part of this project, it's just kind of easier to just like cut out something way bigger than you need. Just kind of like lay it up there, tack weld it, and then kind of just trim away. And that's just kind of what I've been doing with everything else, and it's been working out so far. Well, shitty welds aside, this side is it's getting there. I have this one piece here, and I kind of did this originally. I probably shouldn't have done this one at all yet, but I did this one, and I kind of lined this up with this one to make sure the gap was consistent all the way through. And then I'm going to take another one off to cut another piece out that's going to go from in here, and then it's going to meet up with this, and it's only going to be as thick as these two together. And then I'm going to have to make a template and cut out a piece of sheet metal to go on top of that. This still has to be trimmed here, and then it still is going to be trimmed like that, so it kind of has that pointiness to it. For the most part, I have this entirely where I want it. First thing I want to explain something real quick is that the fitment of the hood, you can see it kind of goes down right here, so that affects this whole thing, and I accounted for that. So this will actually be about here, and that'll be perfect once I have the sheet metal on top of this, which I'm going to make a template for and cut out right now. Alrighty guys, it's getting a little late and I think it's about to rain, so I'm gonna go ahead and get as much paint as I can on this as possible. Sadly, I only got one side done today, but that only means that the other side's only gonna be quicker, so and I'll just do that tomorrow, and I don't know if I'll film that, but I just want to get this project moving as quickly as possible. I know some of the videos are a little bit slower, including this one, but I'm sorry, it's just that's what it takes. I'm working on this thing all day long, and it's just a lot of hours, and I hope you guys understand that. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and peace out.